Al final de las presentaciones tendremos un slide con nuestro contacto y de todas formas no es muy difícil contactar con nosotros. Estamos en la Oficina del Gobierno del Quebec en Barcelona. En Internet nos encontráis bastante fácilmente. Os invitamos también después de la presentación de Propulsion Québec, a hacer preguntas. Entonces nos las podéis trasladar también a través del chat de la aplicación. Por favor, a poder ser en inglés, así ganaremos tiempo y las trasladaremos directamente a Karine Villeneuve, que las pueda contestar, ¿vale? Al final tendremos un periodo de 5 a 10 minutos, como he dicho. Y por último, ahora colgaremos en el chat también un formulario que nos gustaría que rellenéis y nos mandéis para que podamos hacer un seguimiento lo más pertinente posible. Ahora sí, nos complace, empezamos con la presentación. Nos complace darles la bienvenida a todos a esta presentación de Quebec y España, partners estratégicos en e-mobility. Mi nombre es Olivier Christophe Pérez, soy agregado de Asuntos Económicos para la Oficina del Gobierno del Quebec en Barcelona. Un matiz importante aquí es que estamos ubicados en Barcelona, pero cubrimos toda la península ibérica, es decir, España, Portugal y Andorra. Bueno, es evidente que el sector, lo que nos une aquí es que el sector de la movilidad sostenible está en su momentum, está en un punto bastante caliente, y después de haber analizado detenidamente nuestros dos territorios, Quebec por una parte y España por el otro, hemos identificado conjuntamente con la asociación AEDIVE y la empresa Nexus, que nos ha ayudado con estudios de mercado, hemos identificado conjuntamente que existen puntos claves en los que Quebec y España se pueden beneficiar mutuamente, cazar oportunidades cruzadas, y para eso estamos, ¿no? En esta primera sesión de intercambio entre Quebec y España, el objetivo es posicionar a Quebec como partner potencial de la industria española. Entonces lo haremos a través de la presentación de Propulsion Québec, quien hablará de las fuerzas de nuestro tejido empresarial. También hablaremos de las propuestas de valor que serán necesarias en este proceso de transformación del sector del e-mobility. Y por último, también daremos dos ejemplos de dos empresas del Quebec que están teniendo mucha aceptación en el mercado internacional, y algunas ya están implantadas en España y con planes de todavía más expansión, que es PBSC. Luego tenemos otra empresa que es Efenco, que está presente en Europa y con planes de expansión en España. Entonces, sin más, ahora daré la palabra a nuestra directora Isabelle de Sureau y la representante oficial del Quebec para toda la península ibérica. Por favor, Isabel.
Sí, muchas gracias, Olivier. Hola a todos. A warm welcome to everybody. De hecho, estamos muy contentos de presentar nuestro Quebec y, por supuesto, nuestro sector de transporte eléctrico. Gracias por aceptar nuestra invitación. Lo sabéis, todos celebramos el Día de la Tierra hace 2 semanas, y es como un momento, a veces un tiempo, para hacer balance. Y lo sé que Karine volverá a eso, pero lanzo algunos aspectos destacados de quiénes somos, quién es Quebec. Con un 99% de energía renovable, Quebec es considerada la batería del noreste de América. Entonces, somos el principal productor de energía hidroeléctrica de América del Norte. Seguro que Quebec es un socio fuerte para la descarbonización. Tenemos vastas reservas de minerales estratégicos y críticos y experiencia en baterías también. Además, Quebec es un centro de excelencia científica de renombre mundial y particularmente un hub en inteligencia artificial, especialmente en deep learning. Un gran grupo de talentos capaces de abordar los desafíos futuros de nuestra industria, seguro. Y facto interesante, Montreal clasificada como la mejor ciudad estudiantil de las Américas. Y Quebec es una economía de rápido crecimiento con un impulso del 2,8% en 2019. Entonces, seguro que Quebec alberga un número impresionante de empresas innovadoras en energías limpias, en eficiencia energética y en electrificación del transporte. Entonces, I hope, Karine, that I put kind of the table for a great amuse-bouche for your presentation. We're so happy to have Propulsion Québec being able to showcase to the leaders in Spain and the decision maker and the influencers in Spain that are with us today. Thank you all to be with us. And I just wanted to say over to you, Karine.
Sí, Isabel, justo una cosa, antes de Isabel, antes de Karine, vamos a coger a...
Sí.
Sí, no hay ningún problema. Rafael del Río, por favor. Isabel, Karine hará la presentación justo después de Rafael. El micrófono, por favor, Rafael.
OK. Bonjour Québec. Je parle en anglais parce que c'est plus facile pour le reste, je crois. Alors, c'est plus facile de trouver quelqu'un qui parle anglais en Espagne plus que français. C'était pas comme ça au passé. OK. So, I switch into English because the associates that we have, they know us well. So the question is to introduce ourselves to you. So in our case, we are an association of companies. This is very clear. So we cover the full. I hope that Julie can share the webpage. We cover the full value chain of our of the electric mobility. We have from lithium mines to final customers, passing through car manufacturers, all the utilities, service providers of everything related to electric mobility. We have consultant companies. We have tier 1, 2, and 3 producers for the OEMs. So you will find many companies that you really know well. So we have 2 Canadian companies. One is Bombardier, that recently has been integrated into Alstom. And we also have Geotab. In fact, we have companies from everywhere in the world. So we have Chinese, we have American, like ChargePoint. And we also have almost everything. So our advantage is that we can see everything that is happening in all the senses, in the area of utilities, in the area of charging, in the area of services, in the area of chargers, and also in the area, which is very important, of the interaction of the electric vehicles with the electric system. That will be the very big revolution that is now here to come. In this sense, Spain is a power in manufacturing cars, so we are the eighth world manufacturer and the second in Europe. And related to the other part, to the electric system, in Spain there is one of the most advanced electric systems, most digitalized in the world. So in this sense, we have everything to go on, and our idea is to try to go on. We also like very much internationalization. We have to give service to our companies, and this is including the possibility of going away to learn, to partner, or to sell. And in the same way, give the opportunity of others to stay into Spain, always associated with our companies. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Gracias, Rafael. Ahora sí que toca el turno de Karine Villeneuve, que es la directora de Marketing y Desarrollo de Negocios de la Asociación Propulsion Québec, que vendría a ser la institución homóloga a AEDIVE, pero en Québec.
Thank you very much. Can you see my screen? Is it working?
It's working, Karine, yes.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. First, I'm so sorry I don't speak Spanish, so it's going to be in English. Thank you for welcoming me into your conference. Like Isabelle said a bit before, I'm here to present the Quebec ecosystem of eco-mobility and electric and smart transportation, and to explain to you what we do, why we're strong. Even though we're a small ecosystem, we're very strong in some specific areas. So I'm going to introduce to you the Quebec electric and smart transportation. So I work for Propulsion Québec, which is a cluster similar to the AEDIVE association here in Spain. So we have over 200 members. We're quite a new organization, but there's a lot of companies in Quebec who are around this ecosystem of electric transportation. So basically, the organization I work for is really there to make sure that our ecosystem develops faster, makes partnership abroad. That's why we work with, by example, the delegation of Quebec and Spain and other around the world. So as we focus on economical development, we try to gather everyone around our cluster to make sure that there's no big obstacle for the development of our different companies. I want to share why is it that in Quebec, specifically, we are strong in electric transportation and electric mobility. Well, first of all, as Isabelle said, we have hydroelectricity. It's been there for a long time now, over 75 years, and it belongs to the state, which make our electricity very clean. It's all green, and it makes it very cheap, the cheapest one in North America. So it's cheaper to produce, cheaper for companies to come to Quebec and develop products around electrification. So that's one of the reasons. Also, we are very strong in minerals for batteries. We have a lot of natural resources in Quebec. We're very lucky. So not only the water, but also all the minerals to produce batteries. I'll talk about the batteries a little bit later in the presentation. We have a lot of history in hydroelectricity. We've been working on key patents for batteries for a long time. So we have quite an expertise around batteries. And as Isabelle mentioned, also, we also have an expertise in AI, which makes the transportation of the future, which is electric and connected, very interesting for Quebec companies to work on. We also have a very qualified, educated, and bilingual French and English workforce, which is for North America really a strong asset, because companies from North America can come to Quebec, develop, make some R&D, develop some technologies, and have access to experts and staff that are a bit cheaper than anywhere else in North America. We also developed the largest public network of charging station in Canada. So that's why in Quebec, we're the first province of Canada regarding the number of electric cars. We also have crazy weather, from very hot summer to very crazy cold winter, but it makes it a very interesting field for testing and researching. So we like to say, if you make it in Quebec, you'll make it anywhere. And regarding transportation, of course, we also have in Quebec the testing center for the whole Canada that homologates vehicles. So we're quite lucky for that as well. So what we do in Quebec is pretty much easy to describe because we do every type of transportation but cars. So which gives us, we think, a good edge on the future of mobility, because as all the research show, future of mobility will be electric, connected, eventually autonomous. So we produce everything around that in Quebec. So so as you can see, we have individual transportation, public transportation. We make recreational vehicles, transportation for goods. So we produce some trucks and other specialized vehicle, and also we have rail transportation. We had Bombardier, of course, and now we do have Alstom that produces some vehicles here in Quebec. After that, I put some examples of what we do, because if you're, I know some cities are listening, or other partners, you can see what type of vehicles we do and what examples. And I know we have also 2 other companies after my presentation who will go deeper in their products. So we have all types of specialized vehicle. We've been doing them for years, but now we're electrifying them. So for cities to have a cleaner services, it's cleaner, and of course, you know, doesn't make as much noise, so it's easier to have it working all around the clock. So I think it's a great advantage to have all of these specialized vehicles in electric. You'll learn a little bit more from Ifenco a bit later. So we have those companies who been working for many years at the beginning on hybrid technology, but now on 100% electric technologies for special heavy-duty vocational trucks. So again, for services in cities, that's quite useful. We also have an expertise in recreational vehicles that are turning electric. So this may sound just like recreational, but for big public parks, let's say here in Canada, it's important to have snowmobiles. So now that they're electric, it's really a next step in reducing the emissions of the vehicles in those national parks. Of course, we also have companies that do every type of heavy vehicles, from school buses to trucks, to specialized trucks. So that's one of our big companies here in Quebec, Lion Electric. And at the end, we also have Alstom. As I was saying, we have a long tradition of train and tramways here in Quebec. We had Bombardier Transportation, who began really his story with the first subway here in Quebec, the subway in for the Montreal International Expo in 1967. So the Bombardier company was back then making snowmobiles and planes, began to make some trains and some subways and tramways. So we also have active transportation like Bixi and PBSC. We'll talk a bit later about their company exporting those electric bikes. We also have electric scooters, and we like to say we do everything from scooter to train. And we have those types of vehicles that will work on specialized industries that are all made in Quebec, and of course all electric. And as I was saying, sorry, I'm just checking time. As I was saying, we also are strong in AI, which makes us very good in all of the telematics, traffic management. We have all of the technologies around connectivity of vehicles. We are strong in charging infrastructure, in charging solutions like Solar One, all companies from Quebec. of course, and specialized companies that are also active in Europe, like LidarTech, who are working on LiDAR solution to connect all the vehicles, because they don't only have to be electric, but they have to be connected. And finally, we also have companies like Geotab, Atrix, who are working in telematics. So one of our strengths in Quebec, as I was saying earlier, is that we have everything to build the battery of the future, so lithium mainly. But as we have the expertise and the patents, we are able to be really ahead in kind of the global run for the battery. And it's very important to have a source of clean batteries in North America. As you can see, we don't want to depend on
Es que, sí, perdón, Karine. ¿Alguien tiene el micrófono encendido, por favor?
Thank you. So yes, we have everything for the batteries, I was saying, and we want to be, let's say, the battery provider of North America, or at least Northeast America. So we have the technology, the cutting edge R&D ecosystem, as I was saying. We have low cost, and our battery and our mineral extraction is very in a clean process, so which makes it a little bit different than in Asia. So we are really focusing right now on winning this race right now in North America to have the part of the battery production. So next slide is a bit old, so numbers aren't maybe up to date. In a few weeks we'll have the new numbers, but in 3 years ago, when we started this cluster here in Quebec, because government realized that we are at high potential economic sector, there was already 147 companies working in specifically electrification of transportation and smart transportation. Now there's more, and it's growing very, very fast. Example of our members, we have over 200 now, but as you can see, this is a example. All of those companies are present in the Quebec territories. Sometimes it's big OEMs, sometimes it's smaller Quebec companies, but everyone is active in our ecosystem for sure. As you know, the trend of right now mobility is, yes, electrification, smart connectivity, and new mobility solutions. So those new mobility solutions like car sharing, bike sharing are part of our ecosystem. And we are really at an important moment in Quebec. This is just to show that all the level of government are giving themselves like very aggressive target to reduce the emissions. So, by example, Montreal downtown will be no emission in 2030. So everybody has to be ready for that. So in Quebec, everybody is working toward those targets. So we in our organization work in all of those areas to make sure that our companies can develop faster and commercialize what they invent, because we're very good inventors in Quebec. We make sure that we have enough funding, we find partners, we make sure that we have skilled laborers and new university courses for for our sector. So this is all, we do a lot of special project like this is examples of what we do. And if you have any question at the end, you can of course ask me details about that. But we do trade missions with delegations of Quebec around the world. We do a lot of events, webinar. We do project like research to understand better where Quebec has to go to be one of the leaders and to inspire ourselves from the regions in the world that are doing great. So we produced few studies that are most of them are also available in English if ever that interests you. It's all on our website. And that's it for me. If you have any questions, these are the coordinates of our organization, but also people here in Spain on your territories. So you can reach them through the Quebec companies or future partners that you could have, like the one that you'll have just now. And I think Olivier is gonna take back the mic for the next.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, Karine, por la presentación. Recordar simplemente que esperamos tener bastantes preguntas y recordaros que podéis hacer preguntas a través del chat de la aplicación Teams y al final tendremos un periodo de 5 a 10 minutos para poder contestarlas directamente con Karine. Ahora tendremos la presentación de la empresa PBSC y por favor Gustavo es el director de Desarrollo Internacional y de Negocios de la empresa.
Ahí está. Hola a todos. Hola, buenas tardes ahí en España. Gracias Olivier, gracias a Julie y al resto del Bureau du Québec a Barcelona por esta oportunidad.
Estamos en ello.
Sí. Okay. Ahí ven la presentación, ¿verdad?
Correcto,
Sí.
Confirmo. Sí, sí.
Bien. Bueno, Quebec, PBSC es hoy por hoy el líder mundial en provisión de tecnología para sistemas de bicicletas públicas. La compañía nace en Montreal con el sistema Bixi de Montreal y empezó a ser pretendido rápidamente en diferentes ciudades debido al diseño atractivo y robusto de sus bicicletas y estaciones y la modularidad de la estación, que fue una novedad en ese momento. Bueno, crecimos muy rápido, primero en Norteamérica, Latinoamérica y en Europa más tarde. Y también hoy estamos en Medio Oriente y estamos tratando con proyectos en diferentes partes del mundo. Algunos números para presentarles. Tenemos 90.000 bicicletas en todo el mundo, con unas 7.000 estaciones. Nuestra empresa es relativamente pequeña, 100 empleados. Aparte funciona la fábrica de bicicletas que produce bajo nuestra licencia para nosotros, también en Quebec. Un dato particular es que en la compañía hablamos 22 idiomas y eso nos da una fortaleza para poder atender diferentes proyectos en el mundo. Bueno, estas son nuestras ciudades, casi 40, comenzando por Montreal, la más antigua, pasando por ciudades muy grandes como New York, Chicago, Washington, Guadalajara en México, Río, Sao Paulo, Buenos Aires, Barcelona y la última, San Sebastián. Estamos trabajando en 3 nuevas, en Clermont-Ferrand, en Quebec y en Sibiu, en Rumania. Y particularmente en España, como les decía, bueno, debutamos a lo grande con el sistema Barcelona y nuestro primer gran sistema eléctrico. Luego hicimos San Sebastián y recientemente también ganamos La Coruña, que no forma parte de esta presentación porque recién fue adjudicado, así que será nuestra tercera ciudad en España. Bueno, tenemos 4 bicicletas, 2 mecánicas, 2 eléctricas. Hay 2 que son un poco más grandes, con ruedas de 26, las otras un poco más pequeñas. Son todas con un cuadro de aluminio, frenos integrados, cambios integrados, todas las luces LED integradas también en la bicicleta. La tornillería es de seguridad, antivandalismo. Tienen un sistema de anclaje bien robusto con un chip RFID que es lo que hace hablar con la estación. Y en la versión eléctrica, bueno, una batería bastante generosa que aporta una autonomía de unos 60 kilómetros, un motor de 250 watts y tiene un sensor de par que controla la asistencia al pedaleo y que hace tener un andar bien fluido. Las estaciones, la novedad, como decía, es la modularidad de la misma. Bueno, tienen típicamente un kiosco que controla la estación con los puertos de anclaje. Los puertos de anclaje son independientes y tienen su propio sistema de anclaje. En su versión solar, esta estación no requiere ningún tipo de obra civil porque la conexión es celular y la alimentación solar no requiere cableado y por su propio peso queda apoyada en la vía pública. En su versión eléctrica, bueno, ya no tenemos el panel solar, pero sí necesitamos una cometida eléctrica. Y la diferencia es que esta estación va a cargar las baterías eléctricas. Estamos trabajando, y esta va a ser la novedad en los próximos meses, en una solución multimodal que va a poder integrar en la misma estación los patinetes eléctricos, algo que entendemos que las ciudades están necesitando. Bueno, en cuanto a desarrollos tecnológicos son muchos y todos son producidos en PVCC. Varios métodos para desbloquear la bicicleta a través de la app propia o podría ser una app integrada del cliente a través de un código QR que se lee en la bicicleta. También, utilizamos tarjetas RFID propias o podemos integrar a tarjetas de transporte público local. Otras funciones como el geofencing, que esto es poder anclar la bicicleta fuera de la estación mediante un smart lock en la bicicleta. Sistemas de ballet para poder entregar un gran número de bicicletas en eventos, por ejemplo, a través de una tablet que se puede configurar como estación virtual. Bueno, para simplificación de los clientes, podemos entregar nuestra propia app o, como decía, integrar con otra. Podemos desarrollar también la página web si no lo hace el cliente. Y, por supuesto, entregamos nuestro sistema con nuestra herramienta de gestión y monitoreo que es muy útil y ya es alimentada con el feedback y el input de los diferentes operadores que tenemos por todo el mundo. Bueno, y por último, estas son algunas de los últimos lanzamientos en San Sebastián, en diciembre del año pasado, antes en Dubái, Barcelona con 7.000 bicicletas, uno de los más grandes, San Pablo, bueno, estos son algunos de los últimos sistemas, y aquí algunos de los eventos de lanzamiento que al final, bueno, nos damos el lujo de festejar también. Bueno, eso es todo, gracias, después aclararemos preguntas si es que tienen.
Muchas gracias, Gustavo. Sí, los que vivimos en Barcelona hemos tenido la suerte de ver las bicicletas por todas partes y alguno también hemos tenido la suerte de probarlas. Gracias, Gustavo. Sí, espero que alguien o alguna pregunta tengamos para ti, ¿vale? Ahora pasaremos a la presentación de la empresa EFENCO. Julie, por favor, ¿podrías colgar el vídeo? Y luego acogeremos a Cédric Belluet, que es el director de ventas Europa, después del vídeo. Gracias. Cédric, quand tu veux, tu es...
Hello, everybody. I will share my presentation. Up. It's okay?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I will. Sorry. Up. I will try again. Ah, sorry.
No problem.
Some technical problem.
Ce sont les petits aléas du direct.
Yes.
Ça y est.
Je sais pas pourquoi.
You want me to share it?
Yes, please, because there is one problem.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I do have a similar problem. Missing.
Okay, can you share it?
I'm so sorry.
It looks like we have a little issue.
If you want, I try again. This time it will work. I try. So. No, I don't know why.
Well, we see it okay from this side of the screen. So if you just pass the pages, it might be okay.
Okay.
If you put it in full screen.
Now it's better.
Now it's a little better. Just pass on to see if it's okay, please. Yeah, even it's a little small on the screen, but I think it's okay.
Excuse me, just what is happening probably is that Cédric has a second screen. So if you disconnect the second screen.
Okay, yes, it's right. I have a second screen.
So if you disconnect it, probably we will be able to see everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is a technical answer.
Okay.
No, I've suffered that already many times, so that's the reason.
Okay.
We will hire you, Rafael.
Now it's better?
Yeah,
it's okay?
For us, it looks okay, yes.
Okay, perfect. So thank you, everybody, attending this meeting, and thank you, everybody, for the organization. So I'm Cédric Bédier. I'm Sales Director for Europe from FNCO. FNCO is, we are specialized in electrifying heavy-duty vocational vehicles. Sorry, we don't have for the moment European trucks, but we will have soon European trucks on our PowerPoint presentation and also our video, because we have more than 150 systems in operation in France. So we will have soon these pictures. FNCO has been existing since 2006, so it's not a quite new company. We are 80 employees, 77 in Montreal, and 3 people in Paris. So me for the sales development, and also 2 engineer in charge of project and after sales topics. So we have more than 100 units in operation in Canada, United States, and Europe. In Europe, it is mainly in France, in Italy, in Switzerland, and we have a lot of requests and interest from Spain too. And of course, we have the certification for the European market. Our products are lab tested and our technologies are patented. We have several major clients, so in North America and Europe. We have cities like Paris, like New York, like Montreal. We have also ports as customers, so like ports of Los Angeles, Vancouver, and Termont, because our technology, and I will explain you a little bit more, is well adapted for ports, for waste collection trucks too. This is the second area here, environment. And one of our main customer in France is the company de Richebourg. And de Richebourg is also in Canada. That's why we could see de Richebourg in the video. De Richebourg is a company like, for example, FCC or Urbaser in Spain, or Ferrovial, for example, to give you a more detailed information. We have also distribution companies as customers like Ryder or Molson Coors, which are distribution trucks or leasers company too. And of course, we work close with OEMs like Farid Industry, for example, in Italy, or Faon in Spain, in France, sorry, and in Germany. And these companies are mainly bodybuilders, and they are able to implement our system on the truck. The system works for new trucks, but also for retrofit, and especially for ports operation. It is very interesting to retrofit some trucks in operation since, for example, 5 years, because it, and I will give you more details later, it allows, of course, to reduce drastically the gasoline or gas consumption. We work not with a lithium battery, but we work with ultracapacitor, which allow, as you can see, million of full discharge cycles. And in case of waste collection trucks or ports operation, there are a lot of stop and start, so it is only possible with ultracapacitor. These ultracapacitor, of course, are resistant to temperature fluctuations, have a lifespan of more than 10 years, and as I told you, act as the system's battery. So I will not go too much in details, but as you can see on the screen, there is an electric motor generator, which turn off the engine and also restart the engine after the collection or after the movement. And this electric motor generator delivers energy for all hydraulic accessories, which allows, for example, until 7 or 8 collection cycles in 100% electric mode. So it's not an only stop and start, but it also delivers energy for whole accessories. This electric motor generator, is linked to the ultracapacitor for the energy, and this ultracapacitor is linked to the PTO, so to the Allison transmission. So which is of course quite interesting. There are savings, as you can see with our system. Our customers can save from 40 to 50 engine hours, and also we can see a fuel consumption reduction from 20 to 35%, linked to engine hours reduction, of course, reduction of diminution of maintenance costs, reduction of PM and NOx, And as you know, everywhere in the world, these topics are more and more important. Here it's a business case in the city of New York, where you can see during a period of approximately 1 year, we can see in average fuel reduction of 32% and engine time reduction until 60%. So more stop and start there are, better, more efficient our system is. I have chosen to show you a business case in the collection trucks because we have time limited. We are time limited, but as I explained, we have also very good results for ports, terminals, and also for construction trucks. So thank you for your time, and I remain at your disposal for any questions. I forgot to mention that we work today close with Farid, which is an Italian bodybuilder. And Farid, we work especially on a side loader system, because it's, for example, request of some cities like Barcelona, and they need rear loader, side loader, truck. So we work specifically on this topic with the company Farid, but due to the fact that we have a lot of requests from everywhere in the world, of course, I also work on distribution network development. So we are open to discussion with some representatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cédric. I'm sure that you have awakened the interest of more than one person of the audience that we have here. Karine Villeneuve, we've got one question for you. Entonces ahora pasamos al periodo de preguntas. Tenemos 3 preguntas aquí.
Yes.
Hay tiempo todavía para hacer más preguntas. The first question, Karine, is, may we have a bit deeper information about your green mining and green battery production? Is Quebec also producing battery cells or not?
Yeah. I answered in the chat, but I can also talk about it. This is our goal, to produce battery cells. We don't do them yet, but that's in the strategy, the Quebec strategy, to be soon able to produce the cells here in Quebec. And about the green process, we have few companies like Nemaska Lithium. I put the link in the chat, who has developed technologies to be able to extract the lithium without polluting as much, in concert with the communities and the territories, so in respect of all of them, and also to transform the lithium without using as many chemicals that it's been done right now, especially in Asia. So it's reusing the little acid that it has, and it's not polluting as much. So this is for the green process. And also, as we're developing, as I was saying, we have great capacity for the R&D around batteries. So that's what we are doing now. So now the government is aiming to finalize a strategy, and also to find partners from around the world to be able to produce those cells and position Quebec in North America with those clean battery cells.
Thank you very much, Karine. I think I have another question for you right now. No, it's not a question for you, Karine, sorry. So the next question is for Cédric, and it's from Rafael del Rio again. So Europe has very strict homologation requirements also for modified vehicles. As you have answered, Cédric, during the presentation, you have the EU certification, but how was the process? If you can just summarize it in a few words.
Yes, we have of course the EU certification. So we work with bodybuilders, and they have the certification to implement our system everywhere in the world. So there is absolutely no problem with that.
Okay, so and when we think about having certification for France, for example, for EU, because we know that each country has their own processes for validation and certifications, etc. If you have the EU certification, could you enter in Spain and sell your technology in Spain?
Yes,
like this?
Yes. It is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much then. Thank you very much, Cédric.
You're welcome.
I think we don't have any more questions. The audience is a little bit quiet, but yeah.
Olivier, we do have a question for Cédric. So if you can stay, Cédric.
Yes, of course, I stay.
Okay.
Do you have a delegation in Spain that could be interested? Sorry, I lost it. Could interest in working in an innovation project for the automation of electric trucks in a port environment?
No, in Spain, no. But we have discussions with ports in Germany and in France, but we don't have for the moment discussions with ports. But we would like. We are interested.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I believe that all the information that has been said during the presentation will be digested, and all the audience can now contact you via the website or via directly the Quebec office in Barcelona. I would like to thank you, everyone who was present here. I would like to ask you also to open the camera, please, because we will just make a snapshot of this presentation. It's going to be a kind of reminder. And while we do this, we have somebody on the backstage that will take pictures. Thank you very much to everybody. The audience from Quebec, the audience from Spain, from Portugal. We would like to thank especially AEDIVE, firstly, Propulsion Québec, and another way, PBSC, and FNCO, and all the people that have been involved in this presentation. Julie, can you tell me if the picture has been taken by somebody of our team, please?
Well, I don't have the information. Let me just 2 seconds. Maybe I can ask also. I just put in the chat how you say that.
Bien, el formulario.
Yeah.
Como os dijimos al principio, exacto, hemos preparado un pequeño formulario para toda la audiencia que sigue presente aquí. A ver si la podéis descargar, rellenar, por favor, y enviárnosla. Nosotros nos podéis contactar veo que hay gente que quiere el enlace de la presentación. Sí, por favor, contactad con nosotros a través de la Oficina del Gobierno del Quebec en Barcelona. Nos encontráis fácilmente y será un placer compartir con vosotros la presentación y el vídeo de nuevo. ¿Lo tenemos, Julie?
Perfecto, sí lo tenemos. Muchas gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias a todos por asistir a la presentación. Adiós.
Muchas gracias.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Very
Bye
much
bye.
to everybody.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Adiós.
Merci.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Gracias. Buenas tardes. Merci, Madame Julie, pour votre bon travail.
Merci. En fait, c'est Olivier et tous les présentateurs.
Oui. Je voyais votre image, donc j'ai pris le temps de vous saluer.
Yes.
Merci à vous, merci à Olivier et à toute l'équipe. Très belle présentation. Propulsion Québec comme de raison et l'association espagnole. Je trouve ça très intéressant.
C'est une première. Il va sûrement y en avoir d'autres.
C'était agréable de voir des gens aussi qui participaient que je connais sans trop pouvoir intervenir, mais j'étais content parce que je vais les saluer par la suite. Disons que j'avais pris contact ce matin avec quelques-uns, mais parfait. L'objectif est atteint.
Super, François. C'est un plaisir de vous avoir connu aussi.
Merci. On ne se voit pas vraiment, puis il y a un genre de pas jet lag, mais vous êtes à l'heure de la Copa des Cava. Mais moi, je suis encore au jus d'orange ici. Mais bref, j'ai parlé avec, ce matin, je parlais avec mon député ici, localement, OK, qui est très près du ministre Fitzgibbon. Puis il m'a demandé de lui faire un petit retour sur l'événement.